My name is Philip Stott from the Scottish Trade Unionist and Socialist Coalition. I'm here with Brian Smith. Brian's our lead candidate in Glasgow for the Scottish elections in May. Now, we're just doing this video because we've just heard the news that Anas Sarwar has won the leadership of the Scottish Labour Party. And what does that mean now in terms of the need to build an alternative for working class people in Scotland? So, Brian, what's your thoughts on Anas Sarwar's election victory?
Hi, Philip. Well, I mean, no surprise that Anas Sarwar has won the leadership of the Scottish Labour Party. I think that was well predicted and tells you a lot about the makeup of the Scottish Labour Party at the minute that he's managed to win. It's probably the final example of the takeover once again of the Labour Party by the Blairite tendency, the people that are in the tradition of Tony Blair and New Labour, as opposed to some of the discussions that were happening in the Labour Party in recent years over Jeremy Corbyn and John McDonnell and even Richard Leonard to some extent in Scotland, with a slight move to the left within the Labour Party. That is now gone. And Sarwar represents that in Scotland. His boss at a UK level, Keir Starmer, seems to be trying his best to be the Tory second 11, which is not what working class people and young people and trade unionists need in this country. And as the millionaires back in charge of the Labour Party, and indeed Anas Sarwar represents that, he's actually a millionaire, but he represents that millionaire tendency within the Labour Party, which has made cuts, made privatisation policies, started wars, all the things that would associate with that wing of the Labour Party. And of course, Sarwar's own position on refusing another Scottish independence referendum if there's a majority in the Scottish Parliament is just anti-democratic and will jar with lots and lots of trade unionists and lots of working class people who are Democrats, and will see that as an undemocratic position. So it's an example for me of the need to build a new workers' party, trade unionists to be involved in fighting against cuts, fighting against privatisation, fighting for minimum wages, a party that's 100% socialist, a party that's 100% against the cuts. And we would urge people, therefore, to get involved in supporting the trade unionist and socialist coalition in this election, get involved in the campaign, vote for us, and make sure that you're fighting as hard as you can for a socialist alternative, because that is now gone within the Labour Party, if it was ever really there in recent years. But the idea that it's going to come now is gone after today's result. And we would appeal to Labour Party voters and Labour Party members to get involved with your campaign and to fight for socialist policies that will actually change communities and change their lives.
Thanks very much, Brian. And as you said, in the upcoming elections in May, Scottish Tusk is standing in a number of areas all across Scotland to offer people the chance to vote socialist, principled socialist alternative. And it's clear that the new leadership of the Labour Party in Scotland are a million miles removed from the principles of socialism and the principles of the working class. So get in touch with Scottish Tusk. The details will be on your screen at the end of this video, and help us build that fighting socialist, anti-austerity alternative for working class people in Scotland. Thanks for listening.